Oh, listeners, prepare to have your very souls stirred. We're diving headfirst into the dark, delicious, and dangerous world of Sylvia Mercedes HeartTorn, the continuation of the War Bride saga that's apparently so good it takes you hostage. And I, for one, am ready to surrender.
Takes you hostage. Sounds less like a romance novel and more like a Liam Neeson movie. I hope there's a good ransom package involved, maybe a lifetime supply of decent coffee, and a guarantee I never have to read another sentence with the words throbbing and manhood in close proximity.
Oh, you cynic, you're just jealous you haven't experienced the soul-deep connection between Ilseval and Tar. This book, my friend, is epic. It's got forbidden love, forced proximity, and according to one very enthusiastic reviewer, it serves the spice we were all yearning for in book 1. Yearning, darling, yearning.
Yearning. Sounds like someone needed to invest in a good vibrator instead of waiting for book 2. And spice. Is that code for finally, some actual plot? Because book 1, from what I skimmed purely for professional reasons, of course, was 90% smoldering glances and 10% plot.
You wound me. The smoldering glances were essential to the character development. They conveyed the unspoken longing, the simmering tension, oh, I need a moment. This book just does things to me.
Steps. It sounds like it does things for you judging by your reaction. Look, I get it. People like escapism, but soul-stirring. My soul gets stirred by a perfectly brewed cup of tea and a tax rebate. I'm not sure a fictional elf warrior is going to cut it.
They're not just any elf warriors. They're complex, flawed, beautiful creatures caught in a web of destiny and desire. And Ilseval, oh Ilseval, she's not your typical damsel in distress. She's strong, she's fierce, she's probably got amazing hair.
So, she's basically every female protagonist in every fantasy romance novel ever written. Strong, fierce, amazing hair and a tendency to fall for the brooding, emotionally unavailable person with a tragic backstory. It's like they're all stamped out of the same factory. Generic heroine model 3.0.
But the chemistry, darling, the way their eyes meet across a crowded battlefield, the accidental brushes of their hands, the more intimate moments that apparently abound in this installment.
Accidental brushes, please. In these books, accidental is code for author desperately trying to create sexual tension without actually writing a sex scene. It's like the literary equivalent of blue balls.
Well, according to our spicy reviewer, this book delivers on the goods. No more blue balls, apparently. We're talking full-on fireworks, a volcanic eruption of passion,
That's desperate attempt to keep the franchise alive by finally giving the readers what they want. Look, I'm not saying romance is bad. I'm just saying it's predictable. Person meets person, they hate each other, they realize they're desperately in love, they overcome some contrived obstacle, well, you know.
But it's the journey, not the destination. It's about the emotional roller coaster, the exquisite torture of delayed gratification, the moment when they finally confess their undying love.
Usually while standing on a cliff during a thunderstorm with the fate of the world hanging in the balance, because nothing says, I love you, like impending doom.
You're just determined to be negative, aren't you? You probably think picnics are overrated and puppies are annoying.
Picnics are ant-infested and puppies are slobbering, shedding machines of chaos, but I digress. Back to HeartTorn. So, we've established it's spicy, predictable, and features characters with suspiciously good hair. Anything else we should know?
It's a continuation, so new readers may be a little lost, but for existing fans, it's unputdownable. It's also got a dark, brooding atmosphere, apparently. Lots of shadows, secrets, and I'm assuming, dramatic capes.
Capes are essential. You can't have a brooding hero without a cape billowing dramatically in the wind. It's like rule number 1 of fantasy romance.
And the writing. Sylvia Mercedes has a way with words. She paints such vivid pictures, creates such immersive worlds, you feel like you're right there, alongside Ilseval and Tar, experiencing their every emotion.
I'd rather be right here, in a comfortable studio, with my aforementioned coffee, but I'll concede that good writing can make even the most ridiculous plot somewhat bearable.
So, you're saying you're slightly intrigued?
The steps. I'm saying I'm willing to be entertained. If this book can make me laugh, even unintentionally, it's done its job. And if it can convince me that throbbing manhood is a phrase that should ever be used in literature, I'll eat my hat.
Challenge accepted. Listeners, we want to hear from you. Have you read HeartTorn? Did it steal your soul, or just your afternoon? Call us, preferably one wearing a tiny, dramatic cape.
And if you have any alternative phrases for throbbing manhood, we're definitely interested. Bonus points for creativity. We're looking for something that says passion without sounding like a medical textbook.
Oh, you're incorrigible, but that's why we love you, most of the time. In the meantime, I'm going to curl up with my copy of HeartTorn and dream of dark elves and forbidden love.
And I'm going to find a strong drink and contemplate the existential dread of knowing that there are probably at least 5 more books planned in this series. Wish me luck.
May your coffee be strong and your cynicism be slightly less overwhelming. Until next time, happy reading.
Steps. Or, happy whatever you do. That doesn't involve reading about throbbing body parts. Stay tuned, folks. We've got a traffic report coming up, and I'm pretty sure it'll be less emotionally draining than this book. That's all for now from Heart Book Radio.